Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Edrina binti Azman and I am the first presenter.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Erdina Carmila and I am the second presenter.
Since October 2022, we have been conducting a research on the topics of the readiness of youth in political participations among your Uitm Seremban students. First of all, I would like to begin by stating our research background. There are 1.2 million growth populations of young people in Malaysia every year. And this actually makes the government efforts to embrace to put a test on a quest whether these young people are able to fulfill their role in electing the government with a sense of responsibility and a wide understanding of political culture. Thus, this raise an issue whether these young people are ready to participate in the political procedures and process that need to be critically addressed. Consequently, the factors influencing the readiness of youth in political participations are the demographic backgrounds, the leadership influence of political party, the influence of mass media, and the influence of social environment. In addition, the purpose of our study is to examine the influence of demographic backgrounds, leadership of political party, the influence of mass media, and the influence of social environments towards the readiness of youth in political participations among your ITM Seremban students. The problem statement of this research are we rarely see youth playing a big role in politics. So youth participations in politics appears very hazy. And in fact, in the 14 general elections, there are only 9% out of the 222 parliamentary seats were held by the young people. This actually insufficient in comparison to the overall opportunity that this group should be given to lead together. So actually, this would be difficult for the government to know the potentials of the role of young people if this continually happen. Therefore, youth engagement is very critical and there is a need of more members of these communities to step forward and join the leadership line. But the main question here is whether they are ready or not to participate in politics. Next, in our research, there are 4 research questions and there are 4 research objectives that we would like to test in this research. The first research question is there any relationship between the readiness of youth in political participation with the demographic backgrounds? The second research question is there any relationship between the readiness of youth in political participation with leadership influence of a political party? Next, the third research questions are, is there any relationship between the readiness of youth in political participation with the influence of mass media? And our fourth research question is to know whether there is any relationship between the readiness of youth in political participation with the influence of the social environment. Moving on to the research objective, the first research objective are to study the relationship between the readiness of youth in political participation with the demographic backgrounds. Secondly, to study the relationship between the readiness of youth in political participation with the leadership influence of political party. The third research objective are to examine the relationship between the readiness of youth in political participation with the influence of mass media. And our fourth research objective is to study the relationship between the readiness of youth in political participation with the influence of the social environment. This is our research conceptual framework. The dependent variable is the readiness of youth in political participation, and we have 4 independent variables, which are demography, the leadership influence of political party, the influence of mass media, and the influence of social environment. There are 4 independent variables that we will compare to find whether they have relationship with the dependent variable, which are demographic background, leadership influence of political party, the influence of mass media, and the influence of the social environment. So this eventually will produce the assumption of whether the hypothesis will be accepted or rejected based on the results of the findings.
Thank you, Adrina. Next, I will explain about our research methodology. For our research design, we use quantitative method followed by convenience sampling method as our sampling technique. For the data measurement, we have 3 different forms of question, which are like a scale, single choice question, and yes or no question. For data collection, there are 6 parts overall, which are demographic profile, factors of influencing readiness of youth in political participation in Uitm Seremban 3, demography, leadership influence, influence of mass media, and lastly, influence of social environment. For data analysis, we use descriptive statistics, which are mean and standard deviation, Pearson correlation, and chi-square correlation. For our sample, we managed to collect 357 respondents among diploma and degree students of Uitm Seremban 3 that aged 18 years old and above. In demographic findings, we managed to collect 192 females and 168 males. 350 respondents aged between 18 to 24, while 10 of them are in the 25 to 30 years old. 56.4%, that amounts to 203 respondent academic level, are in degree, while 157 of them are in academic level in diploma. There are 3 faculties overall, which are FSPPP, FSR, and FSKM, and 204 over 357 respondents are from FSPPP, followed by 85 and 71 from FSKM and FSR. As for the parent occupation itself, 81.7% of the respondents' parent occupation are in government sector, while the other 18.3% are from private sector. In our main findings, our main objective are to study the relationship between the readiness of youth in political participation with demographic background, leadership influence of political party, influence of mass media, and influence of social environment. So based on the table shown, HA1, HA3, and HA4 were accepted, while HA2, that refers to leadership influence of political party hypothesis, is rejected. There are 3 research implications, which are for university students, where the finding of this study will be beneficial to young people at the university level, where they will have the opportunity to learn about their capabilities and influence as young people in the political arena. It will also aid these university students by identifying causes and encouraging them to participate in politics through questionnaire. Secondly is political leaders. This study enables politicians to identify the potential of young people to contribute to the creation of the nation by improving accessibility for political activities such as voting, registering as candidates, campaigning, and other similar activities. And this study will urge the political leaders to improve their current system when they find out the deficiencies of the current political system that discourage youth from joining politics. And the last one is for the community, where this research study will contribute to altering the stigma of anti-thinking and anti-intellectual behavior that exists in communities that have a negative perception of the capabilities of young people, and it will have faith in the capabilities of young people to improve the current political system in the political arena. Next, I will explain about the limitation and recommendation for our future researchers. The first problem that we encounter is in the data collection itself. According to Craigie and Morgan 1970, if the population is 5,000, then the sample size should be 357. Hence, the students need to get an approximate number of respondents in ensuring the research objective is achieved. So in solving this problem, the student need to approach respondents from different backgrounds via online or face-to-face in achieving targeted respondent. In addition, the student may utilize digitalization method such as AirDrop, WhatsApp, Telegram, and QR code in disseminating questionnaires to the respondent. The student may connect with other respondents in achieving targeted percentage of respondents. Next is in the timing of the study itself. The last and the final year student encounter problem of completing the research on time due to the short period of time in collecting the respondent. In solving this matter, the student rely heavily on the person in charge, explanation and guidance through videos and seminar. The student also need to rely on other students' understanding in solving arising issues such as how to make data reliable in research. Perhaps, if there is a normal class just like semester 5, the student may have ample time and understanding in completing the research paper on time. In conclusion, the student of Uitm Seremban 3 is ready to involve in political participation. However, some factors such as leadership shown by the political leaders may not be strong enough in attracting youth to join this arena. Hence, the political leaders especially need to show great attributes and influence to inspire the youth to join politics.